Well, we back. This will be episode 3, season 1. Just trying to express who we are, how we are, what we are, and coming back because I'm kind of doing the podcast from my phone. So when people call, it kind of interrupts. So if you're listening to my podcast, please wait to call me or actually text me. That'll be better. And also, my kids definitely interrupt.
Quit running.
Which is fine. Because I love my kids. You're going to hear them in the background sometimes. And like I said, we actually making candles at this moment. So you might hear the clinking and the eye going tick and things of that nature. So we're going to get back to a topic which we haven't picked a topic yet. Because, so much stuff to talk about in the world. We can finish with kind of the family values, or we can go on to something else. It's up to you.
It don't matter.
Okay, so let's finish with the family values, or I could say, what about... Let's talk about credit.
Credit.
Credit. Credit. You don't want to talk about credit? Okay, well, let's finish talking about family values and situations.
That's cool. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. You first.
Okay. Do you think is this what I hear? And I learned. I think I heard you say it one day, and then it kind of like snug in me when I said it one day, like fussing at the kids, and it kind of dawned on me. So I had to sit with it, like really, really sit with it. Do you think it's necessary as parents? Do you think it's necessary as parents to ask your kids, you know how much money I spent on this shit? Is that fair?
It's not necessary, but I have found myself doing it because it's a hard cycle to break.
Yeah.
Because I was so used to being unappreciative of the money or the things that were spent on me by my mama. So I kind of took that same method and used it. But I'm working on it. I'm getting better with it. And now I am working on it. So, that's why instead of me saying that, I just break it down to what is it we doing. Like when we look at the grocery list and I'm like, okay, what is it that y'all trying to get? And we need to stay in the price range because this is the only finances we got. So we don't want to overexert or go over our finances.
Yeah.
So basically, it's kind of teaching them the importance of the dollar and also how to manage it.
Yeah.
Because that's something that I'm not going to say, oh, my mama didn't teach me. I don't think my mama had time to teach nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, of her working like she was working, my mama ain't had time to teach us nothing.
Yeah.
All she could teach me is, you got to go to work to pay these bills. Mm-hmm. Somebody got to do this.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that. So now we as a couple married and have kids can actually, one of us can always sit down and be able to teach them different things when it comes to financing, like writing a check, even though checks ain't even gonna exist no more. Mm-hmm. But I think it's still a good lesson to learn. In our era, checks came back because checks actually been used for a long time. We just didn't know it. Mm-hmm. But it came back and made a comeback. And now that it's almost, you rarely ever hear a person say they're going to write a check now. Now you hear, I cash app it, send it to you through my bank, because all these different banks have apps like Cash App where you can transfer money. So it's a digital age. So
it fucked my head up one day, and I'm like, my grandma was like, I'll send you the money, I got Cash App.
Exactly, because you wouldn't expect her to have Cash App, but what she doing is sticking with the day. Because normally, when I first met your grandmama, she was writing checks. I write you a check.
Yeah.
I write you a check.
Yeah.
And now checks are obsolete. It's all about digital currency, and it's gonna continue to be there. That's the future. Mm-hmm. You know, whether people believe that or not, that's the truth.
Nah, that shit real. Cause I'm telling you, the first time I went to Dollar General, they're like, oh, we ain't got no coins. Fuck you mean? Who got all? Yeah. Who got all the goddamn coins? You know what I'm saying?
But see, I went to the gas station yesterday and got gas, and they have a sign saying that they don't have money. That it got to be digital. You got to use your debit, credit, or card. And I couldn't get mad because, first of all, I'm using digital currency.
Yeah.
But if I had cash, I would have been forced to go somewhere else.
Yeah. It's like, I'm already there, bro. Ham, calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we coming in a weird ass age, like, but it's an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to start trading loaves of bread and shit.
Bartering, but see, bartering has always been around.
Yeah.
We just wasn't using the bartering system as much as a lot of other countries do.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna be a good thing, and it's not necessarily like you said a loaf of bread, you know, because everything is coming scarce. So say if I need, for instance, the toilet paper craze. What if I need toilet paper and I got 3 packs of popcorn or a whole case of popcorn? I'm like, listen, I know you got a lot of toilet paper because you told me, so I got popcorn. And yeah, some people might say no, some people might say yes. But that's part of bartering.
I don't think I'd trade popcorn for no TP.
But what if you don't got no snacks and you got a lot of toilet paper? You would.
That's true. But see, that make you kind of go back, like, it's a, not necessarily being like, oh, conspiracy theory this, conspiracy theory that, but it kind of make you want to, it kind of make you want to go back and look at them old ass movies and shit.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing though. Going back in the past, is they gonna help you prepare for the present or the future?
Hell yeah, they were the first motherfuckers that said this shit was gonna hit. Just like, you know, one of my favorite movies is The Day After Tomorrow. Is it? Well, no, When the Earth Stood Still. When all that weather shit was going on. I just watched that recently, like probably about almost a month ago. And it's just like, I was stuck on it because I'm like, oh shit. We just had 2 tornadoes hurricanes morph into one, and you know what I'm saying? Then that year, and when, what was it, 2015, when all them tornadoes hit in Tennessee, in Chattanooga and shit.
Yeah, I think it was 7. Mm-hmm. It was 7. I'm pretty sure it was between 5 and 7. So yeah. I'm pretty sure it was 7. I'm not gonna say, because you know people is heavily with this fact check thing. Mm-hmm. So you know, to get my facts right, the number might not be correct, but it definitely happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the thing with a disaster, a natural disaster, that can't be controlled. Mm-hmm. You know, you can think about this. You can prepare right now and have a house full of toilet paper, a house full of food, and whatever you need, guns, ammunition, you have all of this stuff, and the tornado can come and swoop your shit just that fast. And everything you built and worked for is gone.
Yeah.
So you can't control things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But I'm not saying don't be prepared or don't try to get prepared. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is just know that preparing might not always work out for you in the long run. I
think in another lifetime, I was a conspiracy theorist.
I can't. I wouldn't put it past you. You know, and it's not, and it ain't even got to be in another lifetime. Conspiracies actually happen. I mean, we sit here and try to rationalize the difference because we don't want to believe a conspiracy actually happened.
Yeah, because I remember that day. I remember it plain as day. Me, you, and Dia was sitting out in the front yard. We lived in Highland Park, and I was like, man, some shit gonna hit. It's gonna be like the Great Depression again. Dia was like, man, your ass is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then now look COVID, at us now.
Now COVID. Now.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn. Was I preparing at the wrong time for this time? You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy how now all this stuff that's going on. But I think that it's gonna get so bad that we gonna have to, like, literally depend on each other to the point where, shit, it ain't gonna be like, nah, brother, I can't help you because you're black. It ain't gonna be no color. It's gonna be motherfuckers hungry and motherfuckers sick. Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be like that. That's gonna be the thing. And it's weird because you go back and you look at the history of things, you know what I'm saying? And it could have been helped when you look at the government, but it's like, we don't want to get no handouts, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, get a job, you lazy bum.
But see, that's the misconception of what's going on with COVID. Mm-hmm. They sit here pretending like people don't want to work. A lot of people are working and getting sick. And once you get COVID on these jobs, they're never allowing you to come back, whether you sick or not. If you test positive, they're like, you know what? You got COVID. You can't come back until you don't have COVID. You're never not going to have it.
You know what I think? I think that with this COVID shit, think about this. You watch TV and it's telling you, we getting this together, but we not. And then you go to the store, like when they first started doing our Walmarts, how they doing our Walmarts. Mind you, we only got 2. So, I mean, it's not no lacks nowhere in between the 2. So you going in this Walmart, you getting counted, got all these blocks on the fucking floor. You don't realize how you look at shit. You pay attention to it, but you don't necessarily think you pay attention to it, but you do. This shit give you high anxiety. I think when all this shit fall out and we get to some kind of normalcy,
it's not gonna be no normalcy no more.
Well, yeah, true, but I'm saying it's gonna be better than this. You get what I'm saying? And then I think we're gonna have so many people that is gonna suffer from the I'm scared to go outside syndrome, because that's what the fuck it's gonna be.
I mean, but truly, why wouldn't people be afraid when that's all you see? That's another trigger.
Yeah.
You know, you got the political trigger, you got the racism trigger, and you have the sickness trigger. Mm-hmm. So you have all of these different triggers. A lot of people not handling it well or not taking it well, and it's actually making people worse than what they were in the beginning. And it's not even in the sick aspect, it's just in the type of person that they are aspect. Like you said, you know, you already have people saying that they're afraid to go outside. Mm-hmm. Remember the girl that got pushed down at the protest? Mm-hmm. She said that she is afraid to leave her house.
It's either I'm gonna get sick and die, I'm gonna get motherfucking shot by the police, or the Democrats gonna kidnap me. That's how I feel.
But I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell Walt, that everybody so focused on trying to make things normal. At this point in life, it'll never be normal. The same way people talk about polio or the Spanish flu or any other, you know, virus or disease or AIDS, it's gonna be like that with COVID. COVID will always and forever be in the history books.
Just think about it when you have grandkids and you get to telling them about what happened in your life. It's like this is a dark gray area. You had to stay in the house. We had to, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think about this. You know, I like video games. I play a lot of video games. If you go back to Watch Dogs, I got that video game probably in 2008. Mm-hmm. And it was all about digital currency. Mm-hmm. It was, I'm telling you, it was about hacking to get digital currency.
Yeah.
Then I went from Watch Dogs to now Division. Division is a video game based on like what's going on now.
Yeah.
It's like a post-apocalypse thing, but with a virus. So everybody on Division, you gotta wear masks, you got these hot zone sections, and that's what's actually going on in the world today. So they dropped Division 2 right before COVID. Mm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's nothing but an extension on what's going on. And I don't know if the creator of the content aware of what's going on before it's going on, or was it a lucky guess, or whatever. But that's a conspiracy that I'm looking at. I'm like, damn, how did the video games know that this was gonna happen before anybody?
Because the thing is, it's not about if it was a conspiracy or if it was a lucky guess or anything like that. Look at history. But also, too, you also got to think about this. We watch TV, right? We watch TV. I mean, well, not us, but just people. We watch TV and we literally, we suck in this shit. Mm-hmm. If you think about every show when they talk about like that, what's the last show I watched was The Strain. And that was some months back, right? And this was before COVID.
Yeah, that was before COVID.
Okay, so I'm watching The Strain and it's like, damn, that's crazy. But then it's a show, it was a movie or a show before that and before that. But then you also have the history. If we don't, I didn't know shit about the Spanish flu until COVID hit. Because I'm like, pandemic. I never knew the meaning of, I never knew the name pandemic, the word pandemic existed. Because I never thought that there was a mass sickness that would go on. But the conspiracy theorist people was crazy to me. But now, going on history and going on, you know what you know now, it's just like, nah, them motherfuckers with the tinfoil hats wasn't crazy after all.
Exactly.
So it's like, damn, where they at now? They dead or they hiding or...
But it all boils down to like what you said. You are what you eat and you live how what you see.
Yeah.
So, you know, the news is putting out all these articles about how black people are more susceptible to get COVID first and die first because of these underlying issues. But the last time I checked, being a diabetes, mm-hmm. you know, obesity, mm-hmm. What else? Asthma, you know, any of these other things that's considered underlying issues wasn't a race thing. Because just as well as I know black people with that's a diabetic, I know white people that are diabetic. Yeah. Just as well as I know black people with asthma, I know white people with asthma. Mm-hmm. So I think it's not right that the media is just targeting. Black people are more susceptible to dying because of their underlying issues. But the same issues that you're saying is not just a black thing. And they say, oh, well, you know, it's more of a thing in black communities. No, it's more of a thing in people. Because, come on now, you telling me black people the only people that's diabetic? That's a lie.
But if they're like that's why I hate to hear black on black crime. Cause we don't hear white on white crime or Chinese crime. You know what I'm saying? Or Indian crime. It's just like, why is it black on black crime? And that goes to show, like, say for instance, I thought about something one time. I watch a funny TV show, which more than likely a funny TV show on TV is like white people, you know what I'm saying, living life, and it's cool, you know what I'm saying, it's funny, it's basically
like Friends.
Yeah,
like Friends.
So you turn, you like, oh, let me go ahead and tend to my family, right? And you kind of you don't necessarily do it on purpose, but it's like, oh shit, I gotta deal with my not friends, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you gotta detach from that shit, because black people have a hard time distinguishing fantasy from reality, because we rather face fantasy because it's better than what our reality is. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fucked up thing, because you don't realize that it's not so much so that you hate your family or you dislike them. It's you you just, it's not what you've been watching. It's not what's been making you laugh. It's not what's been satisfying you. It's not what's been filling you up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think we need to learn how to grasp reality for real and be happy. Like, I'm not saying like your family don't make you happy. It's just like you feeding your mind bullshit. Like, bullshit. I think I was watching Shakana one time on like an Instagram post or some shit, and she was like, and it hurt my feelings. It didn't necessarily make me upset. It just hurt my feelings because it's like, damn, I wonder how many other black people feel this way. And she was like, oh, I want to be white. And it wasn't coming from a hateful standpoint of her hating herself. It just seemed like white people happier. Because do you necessarily do you look at yourself and be like, this is happiness?
Yes. At first, no.
No. You see what I'm saying? And it's a hard reality to accept because it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, you wish you wasn't you because of all the hardships. And just to see somebody that has financial stability, because she kind of got some money. You know what I'm saying? She's successful as fuck. And it's just like, she like, oh, I wish I was white. How many other black people wish they was white? Because of all the shit. Like, people don't realize.
But would that fix the issue? But see, that's the thing. You wish it was a different race. But just because you going through a certain issue, being a different race might not fix that issue.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, we watch these TV shows and white people, even though they be prostitutes, fucked up, smoke meth, smoke crack, drink, shoot granny in the thigh, they have a better life. Just being black is the worst thing. That's what's fucked up. Because it's not necessarily, because you got poor white people. You got white people live in the goddamn hood.
True.
But do they have a better life because they white? No. But do they feel that way? Do they? I wonder, do anybody be like, honestly wish they was black? Like another race be like, I wish I was black. Is it that you wish you was black, or do you wish you
could do the things that black people do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. With being black, I can't speak from another race perspective. But me personally, I never wanted to be white. I think for me, I just wanted, other race to accept me as a black person. Mm-hmm. Because there have been plenty of times growing up and hanging around different race of people that they wanted me to change who I was. And I think that speaks volumes, because you cool with me being who I am around you, but when I'm around people that you're not cool with.
Mm-hmm. I was listening to this one lady speak one day, and it didn't make sense to me because my mind wasn't ready to accept what she was saying. And what she said was, the way we speak to ourselves is our reality. The way we think is our reality. Because you don't realize how much of the thought process is. You could want something, but you could not want the opposite. But you could think about the opposite more than you want what you want, and you will get the opposite. So, with that being said, you want to be successful as fuck as a black man, but you don't want to not be successful as a black man more. So what the fuck do you get? The in between? The I'ma get it, I'ma not get it, I'ma get it, I'ma lose it. You see what I'm saying? But white people, I feel like they teach their kids this shit.
Yes.
They instill this shit in their kids to the point where they speak highly of their kids. And I'm not saying nothing bad on black parents, because we meet our parents for who the fuck they is when we meet them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like they just as well as you just said, you was focusing on the bad things rather than the positive things. Our parents did the same shit as parents. You know what I'm saying? Even now you could talk to your mama and she'll be like, yeah, your ass used to tell her everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you be like, okay, what I do good? What did I do good? Because that's what they want to know. And we be like, man, mama, you used to beat my ass. Okay, well, you weren't talking about when I bought you that new game, because you don't.
But also, certain things that happen, like you said, me turning up stuff. Yes, I used to take apart a lot of things, but what my mama did not know is that I had learned the ins of the outs of components, soldering and chips and all these things that I wasn't learning in school because, I went to Delwood. At Delwood, computer class was just learning how to type and use different programs. It wasn't the hardware, it was the software. So I was learning how to disassemble VCRs and put them back together, what was missing, what did I need. Now, if my mama would have helped me, you remember the old pop-out VCRs where you put the tape in the top?
Yeah.
The spring came out the hinge. So if all my mama would have had to do was order a spring, and I would have been able to put it back in the hinge to where it was working right. But she didn't want to do that. So what I did was took the old school clothespins. It's not a spring, but it's a piece of metal in it.
And you wrapped it around.
I used it. I substituted. But obviously, it's not going to pop out like a spring.
You had to wiggle it up.
You had to wiggle it a little bit. You see what I'm saying? But I learned at a young age how to work on hardware, far as VCRs, computers, and video games.
So basically you saying if your mama would have looked at it instead of this being a nuisance, she looked at it from, damn, this motherfucker is building on shit and learning how the ins and outs work. If she would have put you in some kind of program that would have necessarily helped you, shit would have went different.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so because at this point in my life, I love technology. Like right now, I don't hate technology. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people are afraid of it. But obviously, we got 6 Google Homes and 4 routers and a printing computer. We got all of this technology around here.
Yeah.
And the cameras. I love technology. So, look at all the stuff they set up in our house, technology-wise. I know the software. I learned how to use it. I learned how to do the hardware. So everything we got still exists to where we have accumulated all this different technology. And I tell you, like I said, we had this computer since 2004 or 5.
Yeah.
And we just now got rid of it. And it's 20. We got rid of it in 2020. So we had that computer a long time. But the upkeep on it that I kept on it continued, and it actually still worked. Like I can plug it up and it will be able to get online and everything, even though it's that old. Okay,
so with that being said, you as a parent now to 3 girls, and out of all of us is Sugar got 2 girls. We got 3, that's 5. Dion got 2, that's 7, and then BJ, that's 8 kids. As a parent with all these kids, what would you do different? Like, would you give your kids, I think in the black community, we do not give our kids the freedom to be who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? Because your child is who they are. They gonna be who they are. You get what I'm saying? So with your child having freedom, like you say, like if your mama would have put you in a program that literally,
it wasn't necessarily. I didn't say that. You said that.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily about putting me in a program. It was if she would have worked with me while I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
If she wouldn't have whooped you instead of.
Yeah. She condemned me and forbid me to actually work on anything. So for a long time, I didn't mess with any technology.
Yeah, it's like I had to smother it until I got my own shit to tinker with. Well, yeah.
What are you doing, Mouse?
So.
No, I'll come and get it in a little while, okay?
So, I think it's necessary to let your kid, because we was raised different. I was kind of free as a bird coming up. And I think it's necessary for kids to be able to fly free like that. Or be able to be like, no, I don't like this.
But see, I don't stop them from using or expressing their creativity.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, Lou like to draw. I never told her, you can't draw. I said, just draw on paper. That's it. I don't draw on the walls, don't draw on the beds, don't draw on the carpet. But just draw on paper. That's not stopping me like, you need to stop drawing.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that,
Because it's deeply rooted in her. Like,
yes. It's like, as they say, it skipped a generation because I truly don't like to draw.
Yeah.
But my daddy loves to draw and can actually draw. Like, I feel like this. If my daddy would have pursued that, he could have been a cartoon artist.
And that, to me, that's what get me, because it's like she don't really have a necessary relationship with your dad, right? But that shit is so, like, I was cleaning up the classroom the other day, and like I'm going through her desk and stuff like that, and it's just, she getting so fucking good. She haven't been like taking no lessons or shit. She just like freehanding the fuck out of this shit.
But see, what you don't realize is Lou is very intelligent and has the ability to learn. Just like Welly, she getting good at drawing. Lou is getting good at French. I told her this. I said, have you been practicing your French? She said, no. I said, why? She said, I don't know. I said, don't you think you should practice your French? Because if I want to speak French to you and know English, then I should be able to, right? She said, yes. I'm going to start practicing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you think about what I'm saying, I could call her right now and start saying French terms to her, and she know what it means.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. If you allow your child to grow, because that's what it is, they learning new things. I think, for me, for so long, me trying to teach her was more of a aggravating thing on her end, because I would fuss it at her. I'd be like, you need to learn. Yeah. Instead of me saying, okay, look, let me learn with you.
Yeah.
I think that make a big difference.
Now, do you think homeschooling kind of change your perspective on life?
It definitely do, because me going to school, graduating, and all of this, and going to high school, middle school, elementary school, and then meeting a person grown that actually was homeschooled their whole life, it's a truly different experience and perspective. Like, this dude was so happy-go-lucky. Yeah. And I'm like, but what are you so happy about? He was just like, I'm just happy to be here. Yeah. And I'm like, this ain't an AA meeting. This is work. This is a job.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand because I was never homeschooled. So his outlook on life is completely different than mine because of what I was taught in the classroom.
And you know why? And it's fucked up to say it out loud, but it is. This is what it is. School is like prison.
Yes.
And for your kids to have to go to prison every morning, come home,
go to school.
You
said go to prison.
No, I mean,
you can't go to prison every morning. Are you calling the school to prison?
Yes, I'm calling the school to prison. They go to prison every morning, come home, and we wonder why they acting the way they acting. They have to do this at a certain time, this at a certain time. Mind the teachers, mind the principal. You see what I'm saying? Steer clear here, steer clear there.
School got so political. That's just like now they share lockers. I never shared a locker from middle school all the way until I wasn't going to Brandon.
I had to share a locker.
I never had to share a locker.
I did. Ever. I had to share a locker, but eventually people just didn't want to share a locker with me.
But that's beside the point. I never had to share a locker.
Yeah.
Because that's the only privacy that you have in the damn school.
Yeah.
It's your locker.
Yeah.
So now they're taking that away from the kids. Mm-hmm. So now you got to share a locker with you. You don't know what they bring for lunch. You don't know what they got in their bag. You don't know what they got going on in their life.
Yeah.
So now say if they bring a drug dog into school and they search the lockers and they find some marijuana or a blunt in the locker. Now you got two kids that both saying that this ain't mine.
It ain't my weed. It's weed. Everybody's suspended.
Don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to suspend both of them because don't nobody want to own up to it. But obviously, 2 kids ain't gonna want to own up to it to the school and to their parents.
Yeah. I feel like this too. I know I was a kid. Like I was I was a stickler for bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Growing up. Like I always was into some shit. And I think, having parents, of course, a parent would want to be like, nah, my child wouldn't do no shit like that. You know who the fuck you raising. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know who the fuck you raising. That's your kid, weed. You know what I'm saying? Why throw a fit and shit? You know that's that little motherfucker weed. He stole it from you, Or you know who he bought that shit from. You know what I'm saying? I think people need to quit being so quick to being like, my child wouldn't do no shit like that. You know your child is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I hate seeing that shit. Because, of course, yes, you would want to defend your child to the fullest. But if your child did some shit, your child did some shit.
But that's not the culture of what's going on when it comes to parenting. You got people fighting and causing all kind of disturbance and disruption because they know their child wrong, but they don't want to look like bad parents. So instead of them saying, look, you need to make amends, make this right, apologize, and take your consequences. Yeah. They're like, my child ain't do nothing. And you like, wait. I'm not. What I'm telling you is that both of our kids are wrong, and it shouldn't have happened, and we need to fix this. But you don't get that in the black community. And you truly don't. I
know that damn Lucille. The first time I thought I experienced heartbreak in my life, I did until I found out my child was not my child when I wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Exactly. But see, you never relayed that to yourself because you wasn't the same person around your mama or your grandmama or any parent or adult in your life. When you got on your own around your peers, you was a completely different person.
Hell yeah. But then we grow up and we expect that child to be out there. Motherfucker, you was cussing that name. You know what I'm saying?
That's like I saw we was in the car, we were listening to Tierra Whack. Yeah. And I said, Lou, I heard you cuss. She said, so? Instead of me getting mad and fussing about it, how could I be mad? I just wanted to acknowledge that I heard her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to get mad because how could I get mad because I played the shit? Mm-hmm. She listened to it because I played it.
And before the fact that you play it, we gotta acknowledge the fact that
we cuss a lot.
We cuss a lot.
We do. And I agree with that. I don't disagree with that. That's why I don't punish them for saying cuss words just off the whim, especially when they mad. Mm-hmm. But like I told them, it's a time and a place. So you need to know when to use it and how to use it. Don't just cuss because it feel right to you, because that's not right.
I cussed when it felt right and wrong, goddammit. I remember when duty teacher was like, I kept trying to set up a meeting with her and she avoided me, and then finally Lou fucking went off in the classroom. She was like, yes, I don't know what's wrong with Marnisha. And I'm like, well, okay, what happened? Well, she cussed everybody out. And I'm like, well, I know my kid. And I know if she get to this point, some shit happened. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when she like, well, the girls were just being girls. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
But see, that's, again, it's a cultural thing. Because when bullying happened, and that's what killed me about Tennessee having the anti-bullying law. Basically, you saying that these kids were bullying my daughter, but this is accepted in the white community. Mm-hmm. So we should leave it alone. But how you gonna make a law up if it's not a problem?
Yeah.
But see, how could you allow people to bully my daughter and then her not defend herself and then try to tell when she defend herself thinking that we are gonna punish our child? No, she has every right to defend herself.
Yeah. Just like I told her, I was like, you saying the girls being girls, that's not, I know my kid, like now, if it had been Wiki, that's a different ball game, cause she go ham. But Lou, you know what I'm saying, she have to be pushed, and she is like, she a cool kid, and that's the thing. Like, you gotta realize, you sitting up here want to run and tell me some shit she done did after somebody done pushed her.
After something happened, which you failed to rectify the situation. You didn't intervene. Mm-hmm. You let it happen because you live in a predominantly white neighborhood. It's a predominantly white school, and you're white, and the children that did this was white. So you did their parents a favor and let this happen to my black child, and thought that we was gonna take it sitting down. And that's what killed me when we pulled them out of school to go to homeschooling, because they're like, oh, we're gonna miss them. No, you're not. You're not gonna miss them. You're only saying that because y'all had this grant going, getting money off of them.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all had some other black kids to replace them, y'all wouldn't even care.
And this the thing. This what I feel like black people need to get to understanding on when it comes to their kids. I'm not mentally stable enough to handle shit that happened to my kid more than once in somebody else's supervision.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck how many kids in the building. Because when it comes to a kid, period, I can't watch a child. I literally, and motherfuckers is like this. I cannot watch a child be done wrong and go on about my business. I can't do that shit. Like, in my life, it'll hurt me.
But it's like that all the time. I mean, even in predominantly black schools, it's like that. There been plenty of times that the principal, I seen the principal be in the corner and see two kids about to fight, he turn the opposite way and walk out. Yeah. And you're like, wait, whoa. You supposed to break that up. Then they get into a fight, and then he miraculously run back, after the fight over, and then he ready to issue disciplinary action. When you like, whoa, you could have stopped this before you even got there.
Yeah, why y'all fighting?
It's about the person too, though, and that's really what's going on in the communities, and it ain't really a black or white community. In all communities, that people are not taking into consideration for the child's sake. It's all about what I want or I don't care. And it's getting bad with teachers. Like, I'm not bashing teachers, but when I grew up, we had teachers that cared. We had teachers that wouldn't allow you to get in trouble, or they wouldn't send you to the principal. They'd sit you in the back of the classroom in the desk by yourself. Yeah. But now these younger females are becoming teachers, and all they caring about is current events. Like, it killed me when I went in there and dude was like, yeah, they were playing Plies. And I'm like, what? I don't even listen to Plies. I like Plies, like his music, but I don't want to allow my kids to listen to Plies.
Just thinking back on my school time frame, I had teachers that literally, it was no fucking nonsense.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
And if a teacher dealt with you in any kind of way, it was justified because this teacher, her shit was validated. Like, she had her stripes. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, yeah, I don't know. I think once we had duty, and when she started going to school, like, it just didn't sit well with me with the school system, because she just was different. And then you get tricked into some bullshit really easily, and it's just like, damn, wait a minute. And then too, you get beside yourself when you go, and you can't control what other kids consume at home. You can't control how other people raise their kids, and it's a weird ass standpoint, because it's like, damn, my child could not know about twerking at our house, but she go to school in the bathroom, it's a twerk fest. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what the
and these days the teacher damn twerking. Yeah. That's like when she was going to Atanah. I swear, that's when I think I had got fed up to the point when I went to go pick her up one day. I ain't go to work that day. I took a vacation day, and I was at home, and he was like, you'll go pick up Lou. And I was like, yeah. So I went in the building, and one of the teachers was telling one of the little girls, girl, your weave look fine. Who did your hair? And I'm like, why would you as a teacher be talking to a young-ass child, student child, who ain't nothing but like 9 years old,
and it's an
like they're a grown woman? You know what I'm saying?
It's an elementary school.
And I was like, man, I can't believe she just said that shit. What? Why wouldn't you talk to her mama and ask her mama that and talk to her mama like that? But obviously, you know, this teacher, you know, I ain't gonna say her name, was young. You know, she was probably my age or younger. She was probably about 30. So she didn't come up with the era of how teachers were when we grew up opposed to what they are now. And that's one thing I hate about it, because like, how you gonna call yourself a teacher like over here at Ocoee Middle when you're not even teaching my child? You showing her a YouTube video in the classroom, sending her home, telling her to figure out how to do the homework from the YouTube video.
Yeah.
That don't even make sense. You completely took you teaching out the middle. YouTube is your middleman. So now, what is it that I can't do that you doing? Because I can do the same thing. Actually, I'm doing more, because now I'm having to sit down and watch the video and learn, so I can teach my child how to do it to actually get good grades.
Yeah.
So at this point, a lot of teachers not even teaching no more. I swear to God, I used to ask do the every day before we start homeschooling them. What y'all do today? Well, the teacher turned on the video. We just watched his YouTube.
You ain't believe the shit.
The teacher told us to go get on the computer, you know. I'm like, she didn't teach nothing.
You like, you lying little
Right, and we like, oh, that ain't true. Then we talked to this lady, and she like, yeah, I ain't played the YouTube video. Yeah, I ain't told them to get on the computer. When are you gonna teach? Because that's where I'm at with it. I'm like, how can you consider yourself a teacher when you're not teaching nothing? At this point, I'm more of a teacher than you.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
messed up.
Well, we got 60 seconds on this one. Well, we got a little bit more. It say 60 minutes, okay? So we don't have to stop it. Well, we're going to stop and we can just start another one. I mean, basically, we just having conversation to have conversation. We're going to title it, but, you know. So we're going to stop right here and we'll proceed with the next one. See you on the next one.